Hi Scorpio, here is your reading for the month of March. Please bear in mind it is a general reading, so it may not resonate with you. If it doesn't, please check your moon and rising signs. I have pre-shuffled and laid out the cards, and I am doing the 10 card Celtic cross spread. Now we're going to get into your reading. The first card we have is the Major Arcana, and it is the High Priestess. The High Priestess, it talks about maybe needing to get more knowledge or guidance in regards to a decision. When she shows up, it often talks about you may have a major decision to make here. It may be that you need to look for certain areas that are out of balance in some way in your life. And in order for you to either gain more balance, you're going to need to listen to your intuition here. You may even be experiencing some very vivid dreams at the moment, okay? And you need to pay attention to those dreams. You may also want to speak to somebody that maybe is older and wiser in order to help you and assist you with this decision. For the majority of you, you have a decision to make in the month of March. And the fact that it's a Major Arcana, it talks about an important decision here, okay? What's crossing the High Priestess is the Tower card. It is reversed and it is a Major Arcana. When it's reversed, it can often talk about the fact that you may know that change is coming or change is needed. And that change may very well be related to the major decision that you know you have to make. And by making that major decision, it's going to create a major change that you may not be prepared for, or somebody else who is involved in this may not be prepared for it. It can talk about a change, a big change, that you may want to make, but you know there is a risk involved. But also when the Tower card is reversed, it can talk about delaying the necessary destruction of the Tower. Because when the Tower card shows up, it talks about the breaking down of something. But it does that because that something was not working. Because the foundations were not strong enough. So it comes in and it tears it all down. So in some way you are delaying or fearing a change that you know is needed here. And it's all related to this major decision that I feel you have to make. I don't feel it's somebody else. I feel it's more you. In your underlining feelings position, we have here the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, I feel, is you, okay? Don't get caught up with the fact it's a queen. It's not gender specific, especially in the general readings. The Cups is water energy, yourself, Scorpio, as well as Pisces and Cancer. When the Queen of Cups is reversed, It talks about somebody, and I feel it's more you, that you may very well feel out of touch with your emotions in some way. You may be coming across as being moody or dissatisfied in some area of your life. Quite often, when it's reversed, it can talk about the fact that you may have. It can talk about you feeling as though you are being forced to restrict how you really feel inside. And how you're really feeling inside in the month of March is all connected with this major decision that you know is going to create a change. And for some reason, it's unsettling you. The Queen of Cups, when she's like this, she could almost be reaching boiling point when it comes to her emotions. There's something I feel, Scorpio, that you are wanting to say, something you're wanting to reveal about how you are feeling, but you're feeling that you are being forced to restrict that in some way. In your near past, we have the Six of Swords. The Swords is air energy, and it talks about our thoughts, our thinking, and our communication. The Six of Swords, it can talk about physically removing yourself from a situation. The thing is, there's 3 people in this boat, okay? Now, yes, the thing is, none of the 3 are looking back. They're all looking forward, and they're trying to go to calmer waters here. The thing is, the swords are their thoughts, and they are in the boat with them. Because at the end of the day, we can physically remove ourselves from a situation or a person. But wherever we go, the thoughts about that person or situation still follow us. They still come with us. So yes, we can remove ourselves from a situation or a person that we feel is not serving us, or where there may have been some arguments or conflict. But nonetheless, the thoughts come with us. And it may very well be that in the past you had physically removed yourself from somebody. But it doesn't mean that you're not still thinking about them or that particular situation. Up here we have the Two of Swords, so very much in your head in this month of March, Scorpio. The Two of Swords, it can talk about feeling overwhelmed by others' points of view. It can talk about disagreements. It can talk about feeling like the dumping ground, as though somebody else is dumping all their emotional crap onto you. It can also talk about hidden lies that may in some way be distorting a situation. Now, it's fallen above this Queen of Cups. And like I said with the Queen of Cups, that to me is you. And it's indicating that in some way you are not speaking your truth. and you're not speaking about how you really feel. And it may very well be that you are feeling the need to lie to somebody or distort the truth in some way. And you may feel you need to do that in order to keep the peace. And like I said with the Queen of Cups, that feeling of being restricted in being able to speak up. And the Two of Swords, again, it talks about that overwhelming feeling. There's definitely some decision here that you are needing to make. But you know that when you make that decision, it's going to create this Tower moment. So you're trying to avoid that Tower moment by restricting how you are truly feeling. And you may very well be lying or distorting in some way, but not lying to be vindictive or spiteful, but lying in order to cover up how you are really feeling about someone or something. In your near future, we have the Six of Cups here. Again, this is more of your own energy. The Six of Cups, it talks about past events, okay, that had an emotional impact on you. It can often talk about somebody from your past coming back. It may very well be somebody that you had physically removed yourself from, but you were not able to stop thinking about them. And the Six of Cups could talk about that person coming back into your life. Maybe you hear from them, they send you a message or something like that. If it's not an actual person coming back, then the Six of Cups can talk about you looking back at a particular time in your life. It can often be referred to as looking back at a relationship when it was in that honeymoon period. Now, if this is a relationship situation that we're talking about here with this major decision, it may very well be that in the near future, maybe during the month of March, you're going to look back at that relationship to when it was happy and it was in that honeymoon period. It could very well be that you are going to be looking back at a previous relationship you had with somebody. The person that you may very well have physically removed yourself from. And you're going to look back at that relationship with fond memories. Look back at happy times, like a trip down memory lane. But it could, like I said, be in reference to somebody from your past coming back. Now, we have a major arcana here. We have the Moon card. It is reversed. This is in your advice position, the Moon card. When it's reversed, it can talk about opting for comfort rather than future payoffs. It can also talk about how you may be deceiving yourself about someone or something. And it can talk about how a particular situation that you're involved in may not actually be what you expected it to be. It can often show people or situations in a deceptive light. And really, when the moon card is reversed, it talks about the need for careful examination. Careful examination of a situation or a person. And possibly careful examination here of what you are thinking and feeling. In your environments, we have here the Empress, another major arcana. The Empress is number 3 in the major arcana. It can talk on a few things here. The Empress can talk about somebody that is going from emotional extremes. Somebody that could be resorting to emotional blackmail. Somebody that could be being overprotective and behaving in a very insecure way. It's like you may have been with somebody, or you may be with somebody, I should say, that has gone from this domestic goddess to becoming stifling, controlling, resorting to emotional blackmail. Because this has fallen in your environment, is talking about somebody around you that may very well be behaving in this way. To me, this is either talking about the person that you're in a relationship with now, and you're having this major decision and this tower moment with them. Sorry, I was going to say something else then, but I'm going to hang on a second. We're going to go to your hopes and fears. In your hopes and fears, we have the 5 of Wands. Now, it can be a challenging card, the 5 of Wands. The thing is, it can talk about external changes. But it can talk about external changes that may very well be creating some internal struggle within you. It can just in general talk about challenges within a situation or a group of people. It can talk about being tested to the utmost. Now, you're not hoping for this situation, obviously. This is something that you are fearing. You are fearing this conflict. which to me I feel is to do with that Empress. Now, I'm going to go to your outcome card and we're going to see. We have here the Six of Pentacles. The Pentacles often talks of our finances and our work and our material world. The Six of Pentacles it can talk about the need of accepting what is being offered and no more. It can as well often talk about kind of being on the same page here. If you look at this man, he is very rich, okay, and he has more than enough. So he gives it to these people. Now, these are obviously poor people who have nothing. So him and these are not on the same page here. Now, this could very well be talking about this relationship that you're in. That you may very well have started to see that you and that person are not on the same page. The Six of Pentacles also can talk about neediness. Although he's giving here and the scales are balanced, but these people obviously are very needy. And it can be talking about the fact that maybe the person you're involved with in this relationship, because I do feel we're talking about a relationship here for the majority of you, is coming across in a very needy way. Like I said here with that Empress, emotional blackmail, smothering, stifling. And it may very well be draining you in some way. The fact that he's got red on here, it reminds me of that kind of red flag kind of warning as well. I'm going to clarify that Six of Pentacles. Well, there you go. We have here the Ten of Cups. Now, the Ten of Cups is an extremely positive energy, okay? The thing is, the Ten of Cups can have a few meanings here. It can talk about complete happiness and contentment within a relationship. But it can also talk about complete happiness and contentment within your life overall, with your friends and your family. It doesn't always have to be talking about a personal relationship. Now, it's going to go a few ways here for you. For some of you, we could very well be talking about the need to make a major decision and the need to have that Tower moment with the Empress. Because your two outcome cards, your near outcome and your future outcome, Six of Cups, Ten of Cups. Somebody from the past, contentment and happiness. Look, the fact of it is, It's going to go one or two ways here. For some of you, this major decision, this tower moment, is all to do with the way that somebody you're in a relationship with now is behaving. And the way they're behaving, like this Empress, is going to have to change. And we see you looking back at that relationship when it was in the honeymoon period, when it felt happier, when you felt more contented. So we see the tower moment whereby the relationship almost has to have that tower moment in order to bring it back to this Ten of Cups. The other half of you are having this major decision and this tower moment in regards to who you're in a relationship maybe now with, the Empress. And you may very well be fearing external conflict because you know if you end that relationship, it may very well cause that. But somebody from your past has come back and you decide to be with them, then creating that Ten of Cups. It's gonna, to me, there's two stories here. I don't see any other stories in this situation other than those two. And to me, yeah, this Five of Wands is more talking about you fearing some external conflict due to a decision that you may make. The fact is, though, when we talk about our hopes and fears, your fear is not always the reality of the situation. And for some of you, this Six of Pentacles is going to refer to the relationship you're in now working out and you finding a balance. For some of you, it's going to be that you feel that the person you're in this relationship with is too needy and you're not singing from the same hymn page. So then you decide to be with the person from your past that's come back. It's two scenarios here. But look, whichever story fits with you, you have the Ten of Cups as the outcome. So either way, we've got happiness. We've got contentment. And like I said, for some of you, this Ten of Cups is going to come about with this relationship you're in having to take some major changes in order to bring this about. Or it's referring to the ending of that relationship in order for you to reconcile with somebody from your past, then bringing that Ten of Cups moment. So Scorpio, that does conclude your reading for the month of March. I really do hope it does resonate with somebody, but the fact of it is, whichever story is fitting your situation, you have a fabulous card to end on. So I want to say a massive, massive thank you to you for liking, sharing and subscribing to my channel. I do hope you've enjoyed this video and I do hope it helps somebody, even if it's just one person. Thank you so much for watching and I'll be back soon. Take care. Bye.